It's the Game of the MTGO Show.
The pack one pick ones here for me are Barrowgoyf, Swords, and Oko. If someone took Philly over Swords, I think it's wrong, but it's not that wrong, right? Philly is pretty great. If you really want to fight over blue, if you really want to fight over blue, I think you still Oko over Force Negation. I mean, we already did Boros, did a few white decks today, did an Oko deck today. I'm going to draft this Barrowgoyf. It's not as good as Swords, and it's not as good as Oko, but it is quite good. And it fits my mood. I'm going to draft Gut here. Get some nice murdering going. Hey, good evening, Wilm. Oh yeah, of Exodus. I recommend, if you want to see his sort of style of draft, donate for a stip then. If you don't already have something that you would like to see, if you're just like stipping for stip stake, then I'd rather like not. I'd rather not do that. That was the main reason that I stopped a bit ago. I had like a very high point cash in for a stip draft, and then people were cashing them in just to cash them in, and I was like, okay, well, this is like, I liked the idea of making it of doing stips for people that don't necessarily like have $20, like have a free option if they like watch enough and stuff. That idea seemed very cool to me. But I don't think people realize that it like costs me money and like opportunity cost to be doing one, and when I could be like doing one for money or you know, drafting how I want to draft or what have you. So people were like, "Oh, I hit the level. Click the button. What kind of stip do I want to do? Oh, I don't know." It's like, okay, well, why am I doing this? Big fan of Mastery. I don't hate the red creatures, but they are, like, lower end, I think. Guide of Souls is the best card in this pack. Up there with Parallax Wave. I might take the Ballista. Karizev and Gut are good together. Yeah, I'll just do this. It's not as good as the white cards, but that's okay. Hey, there we go. There's some good red cards. Let's get a champion up in this. For sure, Power Dragon. For sure, for sure. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I do love stips. They wouldn't be a part of my stream otherwise, huh? Smuggler's Copter helps out this terrible curve. I kind of want the dragon, but I'm a Copter fan. The Soup Stip was pretty good. Absolutely absurd that deck won any matches at all. It's what it sounds like, Durzo. Yeah, I could do that Flaxabitten sometime. How are we binning Phoenix? We have Smuggler's Copter, and that's it so far. Well, let's take a dragon. I almost like a Gok there. This card's good with Copter, right? Yeah. Potential Faithless Looting card, too. Little D-Tutor. Demonic Tutor's probably at its worst in like a mid-range aggro deck like this. It's still good, though. You know, not a bad card. Almost wanted the Wooded Foothills over it. Ooh, on-color Mox Jet. If the Mox Jet was not here, we'd be on Emperor Bones for sure. But that Mox helps a lot. Those drums are so punchy. Usually don't hear that with a brass section like that. There's that Faithless Looting that I was talking about with Evora. I'm going to take the Black Cleave Cliffs. We need the fixing. A little bit of fixing. I don't hate curtains, but it is kind of a 3-drop as well as a 1-drop. So I'm gonna grab Tarfire and probably won't end up playing it. Flame Slash is decent. Yeah, let's take Flame Slash. It's nice, efficient interaction. Love seeing second pick Mox in. Yeah, makes up for the Mox we passed last draft, huh? For the Wasteland. Interpreter. Interpreter would be another 3-drop Slayers. Has a good chance of wheeling, too. It does seem sweet with Evora. Yeah, I like Carnage Interpreter a lot, but it does tend to clump the 3s. And it's not as good as the 3s that I'm currently running. But yeah, the Faithless Looting and the Interpreter would have played well with this one. So we'll see if either of them come back. I think Carnage Interpreter is more likely to wheel than Looting. Storm looks open. Good for Storm. I was so glad that they published the win rates of Storm. They're like, it's a 40% deck, folks. I guess we'll keep it in if you really want. Thoughts on Evora? So far, I've liked Evora, but I've only played with her a couple times. Missing a Ragavan. A Ragavan would help a lot. There's higher win rate cards than Ragavan, like Fable and Fury and stuff. That you would want to take, but like if they were in the same pack as Ragavan, you would take Ragavan here just to fit the curve, right? Just to fix this mess of a curve. The Mox Jet helps with that a lot too, though. Letting us jump straight into the 2s. How do I organize cards in the piles? Casting cost. So these are 1s, these are 2s, these are 3s, these are 4s. If I ever do a pile over here, this is like not part of the curve. It's because these are like maybes. They're cards that like I'm kind of thinking about playing. I want to remember that they're here. I'll forget about them if I put them in my sideboard. Sort of deal. More 3s, just what I needed, huh? There is no order vertically. Ooh, the Emperor of the Bones wheel. Well, that makes the crab a little better. I'm into it. You do the same thing, but you learn it from me. Sure. I like seeing the curve. I like seeing the curve mostly. And you also like some people like sorting into colors, so they like see the weight of it. But like the curve matters with your colors, because like when you have it in the curve, you can see that okay, I've got like I need black and red early on, right? It's not just like a stack of red cards and a stack of black cards. You have the context with the curve there. And then I know some people like to pull out their spells from their creatures. So they have their creature curve and their spell curve. Well, like, the spell is still something to do on turn 1. Like, you're killing your opponent's turn 1 play is not nothing. And you certainly need to be doing something in the early turns. It's good to know that you have it, Thoughtseize certainly more of a curve than, like, a more reactive spell. The LD Stip did not trophy, but it did go 2-1, which is better than I expected. But yeah, there's nothing necessarily wrong with sorting things differently. Everyone just has their own preferences, I think so long as you have good reasons for why you do things the way you do, that's most important. Haven't seen a lot of black-red fixing. We're 2 boosters in. Could mean not a lot has been opened, but it also could mean somebody's taking all the fixing. The Boros deck before that scrubbed, Daniel. I wasn't expecting it to. I thought it looked pretty clean. But it 0-2 dropped. And then before that, we had a Sultai pile that managed to trophy. Nadu stuff. How highly do I rate Thoughtseize among black cards in the cube? Very highly. I have it below Orcs and Shieldred, but it might be 3rd down. Well, there's Badlands, I like these burn spells too, but I gotta imagine we wheel one of these, If not the burn spells, the Infernal Grasp, some kind of removal spell. Really interesting pack to get a pack 1, pick 1. Where you have to decide between Nadu, Solitude, and Saga. I'd probably do Saga right now. But part of that is because I've drafted a Solitude and Nadu deck already today. I think people when they watch a draft, when they watch a streamer and they haven't watched them a ton, they might think like, oh, they took a Nadu, they must like Nadu over those other two cards. They think it's a better card. Like they like infer that, but that's not necessarily the case when I'm drafting. Because I like to switch things up to, you know, keep myself entertained. I assume I'm more entertaining when I'm also entertained. I assume people don't want to see me force the same deck over and over and over again, right? As I grow slowly and more dead inside. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I have Bowmasters as, like, potentially the best black card, but I still have it beneath Mana Crypt. And this is a good Mana Crypt curve. What you care about most with Mana Crypt is this spot on the curve. Like, do you have two colorless and a thing, so you can, like, actually play these on turn one, you know? And we certainly have that. We certainly got some good ones to play out early. Glorybringer, Ramp Raptor. Mana Crypt makes you feel a lot better about having a lot of threes, actually. I mean, you just play the Nemesis too then. Just, like, always have it. We got some subs here. Metronics with the 21 months saying, are you not entertained? And Bardaboos is gifting a sub. Appreciate you, Bardaboos. And congrats to Mentat Ray for receiving said sub. Hell yeah. I think I'm just taking Snuff Out here. Yeah, Snuff Out's good. Free spells are good. The Mana Crypt Snuff Out hand's gonna be a little painful, but hopefully it'll be more painful for our opponents. Fire Covenant's very good, but now that we have Mana Crypt and Snuff Out, it's getting less and less good, right? I might just grab this Nether Goyf. Hey, that's a late Ragavan. I almost want the Arid Mesa over it, but I'm gonna take the Ragavan. Next start to look good. How's Aether Spark? It's okay. Usually it comes down, gets a bunch of loyalty, draws a couple cards. Aether Spark card stuff. Yeah, it's not like egregious in the cube in either direction. I don't expect it to last. But that's not like a knock against it. Like, these are the most powerful cards of all time, right? So doing good on playables. I'm not very high on Preacher at all. I think I'm going to take this Wasteland. Don't love adding colorless sources to my pool here, but it does make the Deathrite look a little better. I might just be cutting that Deathrite, If I can find another thing to replace it with, probably pretty easy. You think Aether Spark is good with Shop and that's it? That wasn't really my experience. You do typically want to be in artifacts, though. Inti and Avora are probably sweet together. Right? There was a moment where Inti was, like, really, really strong. And then they just, like, printed a bunch of other, like, busted new cards. It's like, okay, well, I guess everything's an Inti. Yeah, the fact that red just has a bunch of creatures that grow and give you card advantage and filtering while they connect with you. Like, it used to be like Lelia was something special. It was like, this is a really fucked up thing for red to have. Lelia and Ragavan, and now there's just a bunch of them. Now it's like every card has to do that, right? Every card's got to draw a card and... Maybe I'll cut a Lethal Scheme. Oh man, I got a Baby Metal track on this playlist. The one with Tom Morello. Got me catchy one. Pretty excited to be seeing them again. I saw them in 2016. So it's like a 9-year difference. I was hoping this Pyrokinesis would wheel. Very wild to see Ocelot Pride going around. Yeah, you got it. I'm random. You just got tickets to see them also. Yeah, Bloodywood, that's opening for them. I've had it on like my list to see for a long time. Got a Bloodywood patch on my battle vest. This is like a elephant head. It's fucking sweet. Really like the venue they're playing at near me too. Summerfest in Milwaukee. $30 ticket prices? You kidding me? And you're used to everything going through Ticketmaster. So when you check out, and they're like, they add state tax, and it's like $31 instead of $30, you're just like, oh, okay. That's actually the price. There's not like 6 fees here. Oh, fun, Cravian. Hope you have a good time. Yeah, Baby Metal did a ton of collaborations all in a row. They did that song with Bloodywood. They did one with Electric Cowboy. Oh yeah, Cthulhu? Was that fun? You got a tiny venue down in Tampa. Same venue you got a Monomarth last year. Oh, very fun. I wonder if that was the Monomarth tour that I caught. Where they had like 3 much heavier bands opening for them. You kind of like small venues? It depends for me. Madison's got like a really nice blend of like solid venues for acts of different sizes. And it seems like performers enjoy playing at them, which is good. Yeah, that one, Will. Obituary, Cannibal Corpse, and another band. Yeah, Frost something. I can't remember their name either. But they did have people play Magic: The Gathering in the middle of the mosh pit. They just like threw precons into the crowd and had people play. I had seats on the second floor, so I was like fucking videotaping the gameplay from the mosh pit. The top-down perspective. The venue by you just announced Acid Bath with High on Fire. Isn't Acid Bath extremely dead? Like, don't... Oh, man, they've got tour dates. Don't the members, like, hate each other? Is Dax Riggs singing with them? Yeah. Oh, shit. Wow, they came back in 2024. I guess Dax must have burnt out on his solo projects. Wanted to make some money or something. I enjoy them. I enjoy his solo projects. He had like 3 other bands in there in the middle. That's a fucking trip. That's very exciting to me. So, Acid Bath's another band that's on my on my fucking Battle Vest. And they're on my like very up there on my lists of bands that that I would have liked to see that I thought I would never get the chance to. Fucking A, huh? Fucking A. And they're touring with High on Fire? That's a sick fucking lineup. The closest to me is Chicago at December 12th. Tickets are selling for $120 goddamn dollars. I mean, I'll pay it. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm distracted. That is a band that I never thought I'd get to see live. Yeah, big Dax Riggs fan. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick and get some water. I'm currently a little dry. I'll come back. We'll figure this mana base out, huh? We'll figure out all this nonsense. I gotta pray they stick together till December. Yeah. All right. What y'all know about Drunken Dwarves? Yeah, I don't think I can cut the Nether Goyf. I just don't have that many early plays. Even when you count the Mox Jet and the Mana Crypt. I do kind of want to cut something. Oh yeah, we got the Inti fairly late. Maybe I'll cut Karizev or Robber. I think Robber is better than Karizev on average, but Karizev is better with Gut. Sometimes the token production matters. Yeah. Yeah, I've got other methods of cutting cards, but most of them involve fire. Am I going to get punished for not mulliganing what I thought was a reasonable looking opener? Then my opponent's over there, like, with a real hand, huh? Snuff out, not looking amazing. So if you sack the Blood Tithe, it'll go to a 2-3. Doesn't really work. Opponent's got a Dismember, sure. I think I might be looting with the Snuff out. Well, that's a bummer. Looks like the relic's coming in. Maybe over my own Goyf. Only Snuff out as a target, huh? A Mox here would not work anymore. Damn. A number of outs are starting to run a little slim. I need like Mana Crypt so I can exert Glorybringer and Flame Slash here. Something like that. This is a little weird, but I'm not fond of giving the opponent Barragoyf hits. Just Glorybringer pass, I guess. The issue with Barragoyf connecting is then it finds more creatures, then you've got more issues, right? Opponent's deck looks very good. Tamiyo's Psychic Frog off that mill, Force Negation. Those are all very good cards. Oh, shit, Yeah, now we can answer the Barragoyf, but then like we're trading with the Strix, so we still have like a Frog and Death Creator to deal with. So we just scoop here. It's interesting because I want like efficient answer to value critters like Bevel Strix, and then I also need to be able to kill Giant Hawk and Barragoyfs, right? Emperor Bones looks really good. I got Karizev. This is a real looking opener. No, my Raptor. He's looking for another red source. I'm just gonna pass here. Save the swamp for more discards. Sure. I messed around with Kiora in Modern a little bit. Interesting card. Too long. You've been on way too long. My favorite vowel. Wime. Favorite prime number? Whatever your mom's is. She's got pretty good taste. No need to look so afraid. Well, shit. They got a mountain and a crab. Great. Well, that's probably the best hit in my deck. And now it hit Barrowgoyf. Okay. Well, that game was going well till it wasn't, Hey, Undium, thanks for the 10 months. You think IPA is one of the best limited sets of all time? It's, I think there's some rose-tinted glasses when people talk about IPA. Because limited was so bad beforehand. Hey, GG's Loafer Box. Gorgeous deck there. That was your blue-black deck. Murdered me real fucking well. Better than Alpha? Yeah, I think the only limited set you could say is worse than Alpha might be like Homelands. And Alpha's probably still worse. Till your next end step. Okay, so I'm going to crack the blood token and loot the monks on their turn. And the NT will let me, whatever I hit, whatever the NT triggers, I'll be able to play on my next turn. Kaladesh? I liked Kaladesh a lot. Yeah, speaking of defunct bands that I would have loved to have seen live. Oh, I just realized I should have just wastelanded this turn, huh? Oh shit, Dr. J Hero. Spraying some gift subs into the chat. Appreciate you, Dr. J. And congratulations to Breeze the homie, to Queenie Poo, to Chainsaw, to Starry Soiree, and congrats to Nucleotide. Dominarium. Yeah, Dominarium is one of my favorite sets. Yeah, we should have been a little bit more heads up on the Wasteland there, but the rest of that was good. I think this Fire Covenant maybe should have just been in. Maybe. Maybe not. Looks like a mold to me. One swamp coming up. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Technical Rangers, thanks for the 74 months. Ranger says, holy shit, we fucking... You know it. I think we leave them with all of this and just take the Oddity Hum. Maybe I was supposed to take the Rumble. Maybe that would have been better. And just have this stuff out for the Oddity. Yeah, another Rumble's finding Oko. I guess they would have drawn Oko in a couple turns anyway, though. Not the end of the world. Hey, Alan Pickroll, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 51 months. This crab has been actively bad. Just... I thought I might line up with my loot effects and my Emperor Bones, but just having it in my deck for the opponent to steal was so bad in that first match. I probably should have cut it after I saw like the reanimation effect in the first game, Made those cards a lot more reasonable. You've seen very few places where crab is good. I've seen a lot. Not the best draw when you're on 2 lanes, though. Like, you literally saw it be amazing for my opponent. I don't know how you can... It was in a spot where I had 6 mana to cast it, too, that last match. So it would have been an insane rip for me. Alright, opponent, you have an Oko. If I was them, I would have just played the Oko and made the 0-1 into a 3-3. Instead of getting this Talisman down. This Talisman doesn't really do anything. So far, this has not been a bad mold of 5. They do have a kick to Terra Sunder here to kill one of my critters. And then I think they're planning on hardcasting that Ent. Kind of don't know what they're doing over there. Maybe they ripped a counter and they want to hold that up. I was expecting them to tear asunder one of my critters. Yeah, so they could be at 16 right now, and instead they're at 10. Just saying, I mean, I have a red deck over here. There's haste critters and burn and stuff. I think Inti's my best draw here. Well, our Moldify worked out, Yeah, being able to apply appropriate pressure is worth so much. It's worth so many cards. Fuck. Make it 6 to Des Moines, and you put me up at no cost. 6 to Des Moines. What? Are they playing there? The ticks aren't on sale yet. Sure, sure. Appreciate the offer, Tater Chimp. I feel like the opponent's holding up a counter. So I'd like to act on their turn if I can. Could be wrong, but we'll see. And then hopefully we're just getting this over the size that Redburn can deal with it. Oh, nice. A little bit worse if we had slammed that Kolaghan's Command into a counter on our turn, and then we would have had like 2 more mana to work with on their turn. Potentially even holding up another counter or removal spell or something. Oh, they're hoping Mana Crypt does something. Oh, did something there. Let's come to play tapped. Oh, it needs 4 card types, right? Yeah. That's probably pretty bad. Oh, they didn't re-equip the chainsaw. I think they meant to do that. And they would have hit that 50% on my Mana Crypt. Guess I got a little lucky there. Alright, I'll cut the name crab. No way chainsaw is powerful enough for the cube. Every once in a while it does something. It is an artifact. I'd like stuff like that, like chainsaw and the one that shocks stuff. I'd like those cards a lot better if there were the welders were in the cube. It would feels like they would have like the actual justification to include them, like kind of like underpowered red artifacts. But we don't have them, so it's kind of like, what are these doing in here? Every once in a while you see them do something, but they don't like really fit. This could burn me, but I'm going to take that loot. Like, if they just immediately rip Soul Cauldron. We're going to Emperor Bones it and just, like, immediately exile it here, is the plan. And we did see the Wasteland, so I'm not going to play the Badlands out until I need it for either my 3rd mana or my red mana here. I think I'm supposed to play the Barrowglyph. Maybe it's in team. The nice thing about Inti is it could potentially help me get my land drop some. Now they get to wasteland my red source. But if we rip a swamp off the top, we can play the Barrowglyph. Want to redrew mana drain. Oh shit, what up? Hey, done. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to 58 months there. Well, 8 damage isn't nothing, huh? It's not nothing. Now we got a 4/4. Gonna have a better of a time resolving anything through that mana drain, of course. I wasn't gonna discard that turn, White Eyebrow, because I already made my land drop. Possible you're supposed to clear the Ren there. Kind of feels like attacking their life total is the best thing I got going for me, though. Do I get to win? I do. Nice. Not bad. Not bad at all.